Welcome to my beginner's guide to Rainbow Six Siege. In this guide we will go over the basic objectives of a match as well as your goals for each stage of the game. We'll start with just how a match works. Each side takes turns attacking and defending the objective, with the end goal being to win at least 4 rounds and be up 2 rounds on the opposing team, each round lasting 3 minutes. There are a maximum of 9 rounds, so if you're tied 4-4, then the 9th round will be the tiebreaker. Now the way to actually win these rounds is to either secure the objective or kill every member of the opposing team. But the objective can be any one of the following. You either have to defuse one of 2 bomb sites, escort a hostage to an extraction point, or secure a specified area. When defending, your goal is strictly to kill every member of the opposing team, or let the timer run out. However, if a diffuser has been planted, you must stop it from defusing the bomb. Regardless if you've killed the enemy team, you will lose if the bomb is defused. Now that we know the basics, we can move on to the 3 stages of a round. These are the setup, scout/prepare, and action stages. In setup, you choose your operator and gadgets. Usually you will use this time to communicate with your team and find out which operators are needed, but for the purposes of this guide, we'll be using Rook on defense and Thermite on attack. When it comes to gadgets, choose them on a round-by-round basis. For example, with Rook, if you want to hold a corner and have as much protection as possible, take the deployable shield for that extra bit of cover. But if you want to be able to blow out some walls for some extra movement and rotation, or if you just want to be able to blow up your opponents, take the impact grenades. For choosing your main weapon, take the map and objective location into consideration. If it's tight and winding corridors or small rooms, you may want a shotgun or SMG for close engagements. However, if there are many long sight lines, you may want to consider taking a rifle or a DMR. For your secondary weapon, you can pretty much use whichever you prefer, it doesn't really matter. But when it comes to attachments for either of them, you usually want to set these up in the main menu of the game because it can take a little bit too much time if you try and do it in-game. Now that you have your operator picked and loadout set, you move into the scouting/preparation phase of the round. If you're scouting, you have 3 tasks. You need to find the objective, identify as many enemy operators as you can, either by scanning them or calling them out to your team, and finally, position your drone so that you can use it in the next phase. Ideally, you will want to scan every enemy you see, but if this will lead to them finding and destroying your drone, it's better to just save the drone for later. If you are defending and preparing for the round, there are once again 3 main tasks you'll aim to achieve. The first one is reinforcing key walls near the objective. This makes it harder for them to blow their way through and keeps them coming to sightlines that you have pre-planned for them, so they kind of walk into your trap instead of them coming from anywhere. Second, you're going to want to use your main and then secondary gadgets if they can be placed. For example, placing Rook's Kevlar vest for your team, allowing them to have a little bit of extra armor, and then your secondary gadgets being stuff such as shields or grenades to blow open rotation holes. And thirdly, move to the position that you intend to hold and kill any drones that you see continuing to roam and try and find you or your teammates. You should be killing these drones throughout the entire phase, but especially now, it's the last thing you have to do before the action phase. In the first minute, you want to destroy both of the outside default cameras so the enemy doesn't know where you'll enter the building from. Then, use drones to scout the entrance into the building so you can safely enter. Once inside, you can begin slowly clearing rooms as you make your way to the objective. In the second minute, continue to use your drones to scout the rooms, but make sure to not get tunnel vision, scout short distances, and move to follow up. You will now also begin to plan how you will breach the objective. In the third and final minute, you should know where the enemy locations are. You shouldn't be droning unless it's absolutely necessary or if you have a numbers advantage and just are trying to rush in and kill them. You should now be focused on killing the final enemies or planting the objective or securing the hostage, whatever the objective may be. Now on the defending side, you should be using your cameras to figure out the enemy approach. Move to cover this approach, but make sure to keep at least 1 person at each objective so they can't slip in and take it. You'll be at a severe disadvantage if you have to retake the objective from the enemy. Other than that, you just have to continue to use your cameras and other operator-specific gadgets to hold out and kill the attackers, or wait until the timer is run out. Okay, and that's pretty much it. If you follow these tips, you should have a pretty good grasp of the game and be able to improve in no time. If you have any suggestions to add or changes to the tips I've given, let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to address them in the next video. Thanks for watching and have a good day.